Is the world coming to an end? Are the signs of the times pointing to the close of human history? I mean, the way the world seems today, one might wonder. After all, this worldwide pandemic in the last 18 months has killed some 5 million people and sickened another 250 million people. And not only that, but we've had some of the biggest hurricanes and tornadoes and wildfires our country has ever seen. With nuclear proliferation, with population explosion, with hatred run amok, and the growing reality of global warming, kind of makes me at times just want to throw my hands up in the air and run for the hills. Bad news all around us. Such doomsday talk, however, is not just a recent phenomenon. I remember back when I was a kid, Jim Jones taking his California congregation to the jungles of Guyana, saying the end is near. They committed mass suicide. Moved to the 90s, I remember David Koresh and the Branch Davidians going to Waco, Texas, and doing the same thing. The end is near, and they committed mass suicide. And then come the turn of the century, we had the Y2K phenomena, which freaked a lot of people out. And of course, we all remember September 11th, 2001, the date that changed history. Jesus himself even talked about the end of times way back in his day. As recorded in the 13th chapter of the Gospel of Mark, he described it as a time when the nation will go up against nation. There will be earthquakes, there will be famines, wars and rumors of wars, and a great persecution in the church. But Jesus didn't just dwell on the bad news, but he described it as the beginning of birth pangs. And we know about giving birth, especially women. Ask any mother, was it worth going through those difficult times? And almost without exception, every mother says, yes, for sure, it was worth it. For out of that experience came abundant new life. Well, Jesus told his followers that new life is coming. In the midst of the bad news we see in the world, there is good news galore for the people of God. So Jesus tells us not to give up. Rather, he says, beware, stay alert, proclaim the good news, never let go of hope, endure to the end. My friends, Jesus is always with us. Therefore, we shall not fear. What wonderful news that is. I invite you to our church, Bellevue Presbyterian, in the heart of Nashville, every Sunday morning at 10:30, both in person and on Facebook Live. We are a congregation inwardly becoming like Christ, outwardly serving our neighbor. This has been another 2-minute takeaway with Pastor Scott.